Multiple sources, including the Eagles Online, the Cable, and the Leadership. Nigeria reports that the former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari died July 13, 2025, in a clinic in London, UK. His former spokesperson, Garba Shehu, and family members confirmed the passing. With no specific cause of death disclosed, Buhari, who served as Nigerian president from 2015 to 2023, had a history of medical treatment in the UK. However, there have been period false claim about his death, as a misleading video from March 2025 falsely links to his burial, which was actually for the Katsina governor's mother, given his history. Caution is warranted, but the recent report from credible athletes' official statement suggests the news is accurate. The man tried, the man tried. I think it's one of two. It's one of the only two man and woman in Nigeria to serve the country twice, both as a military dictator and as a civilian elected president. So let's dig into his bio, time, and life with us. Muhammad Buhari was born on December 17, 1942, in Daura, Katsina State, Nigeria, to Adamu, a Fulani chief, and Zulaihat of Kanuri descent. He was the 23rd child of his father, who died when Buhari was about 4, leaving him to be raised by his mother. He began his education in Daura and Maidaura, Amedua, later attended Katsina Providence Secondary School, now Government College, Katsina, from 1956 to 1961, where he earned his West African School certificate. In 1961, Buhari joined the Nigerian Military Training College in Kaduna, underwent officer cadet training in Aldershot, England, 1962 to 1963, and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in 1963. He furthered his military education in Nigeria, England, India, and United States, attending the U.S. Army War College from 1979 to 1980. And he came back and took over power. His military career included key roles such as military governor of Northeastern State 1975, Federal Commissioner for Petroleum Resources 1976 to 1978, and chairman of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation 1976 to 1978. Buhari rose to prominence as a military leader during the December 31st, 1983 coup, just 3 years after he returned back from the United States. Hmm. Okay. Coup that ousted President Shehu Shagari, the first elected Indian president, becoming Nigerian head of state until August 1985, when he was deposed by General Ibrahim Babangida. He entered politics in 2003 running unsuccessful for president under the All Nigerian People's Party (NPP). In 2003, 2003 and 2007, and the Congress for Progressive Change (CPC) in 2011. In 2014, he joined the All Progressive Congress (APC) and won the 2015 presidential election, defeating incumbent Goodluck Jonathan, the first time an opposition candidate unseated a sitting Nigerian president. He was re-elected in 2019, serving until May 2023, May 29, 2023. Buhari was married to Safinatu Yusuf from 1971 to 1988, with whom he had five children, one of whom, Zulia, had died in 2012 from sickle cell anemia. He married Aisha Halilu in 1989, and they have five children. Buhari health was reoccurring concern, with extended medical trip to London, including a 3 month hospitalization in 2027, following speculation about his condition. He passed away on July 13, 2023, in London clinic, as confirmed by his former spokesperson Shehu Shagari and family member. Hmm. Legacy. What are his legacy? Muhammadu Buhari legacy is polarizing subject, marked by significant achievements and notable controversies, as detailed in various source and public sentiments. Achievements, anti-corruption efforts. Buhari reputation as an incorruptible leader was cornerstone of his political appeal. His 1983 to 1985 military regime launched the war against indiscipline, promoting civil responsibility and targeting corruption within measure like public humiliation for 30 civil servants. As president 2015 to 2033, he established the Presidential Advisory Council Against Corruption and recovery over $300 million in looted funds, notably from Sani Abacha's Swiss account. His administration passed the Monetary Laundering Provision and Prohibition Bill in 2016 and the Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Bill 2016 to strengthen anti-draft measure. However, his promise to avoid probing past leaders and offer amnesty to repentant officials drew mixed reaction. Infrastructure and social programs. Buhari's civil administration prioritized infrastructure with initiatives like the Petroleum Industry Bill, Not Too Young to Run Bill, and Disability Bill, alongside tax credible scheme and the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. Buhari will also be, there's no doubt about his love for his people. Said it before and I'll keep saying it. I think outside Usman Danfodio, or we say in my own lifetime, or in present day Nigeria, nobody has done so much or so well to bring the Fulani tribe into the mainstream, that politics, finance, Is the railway from Kano to Malaraba in Niger is a testament to that fact that if there's any singular mission he had in his lifetime is to reunite his people. And I think infrastructurally he has laid that roadmap. So if there's anything at all, history will remember us of Buhari is that singular infrastructural rail that we all can testify to. And shout out to Amechi, by the way, who is struggling to come back, get off the streets. So Buhari is one of two lucky Nigerians who had the opportunity to write their name in history and two occasions as a military president. Him and Chief Olusegun Okikiola Aremu Obasanjo. Man, what a life though. What a life. What a freaking life, man. These motherfuckers, these guys live on Nigerian wealth from all their adulthood. I think Buhari came into begin job national money since his 20s, if not teens. Till he dies. It's for me, it's two-term president as a civilian. It's just a retirement package, which is the same thing Tinubu is also receiving. When you become president at the tail head of your life, I mean, what else can you ask for? You know, I will never forget that interview that what is it they call this guy name, Shena Chudo, Chide, whatever they called him, that he had with Obasanjo when he asked Obasanjo what would he like to be remembered for that he don't leave this world. The guys put it very simple. He said that I was here. And that shit hit me so hard. It took me to a realm. It was so simple, so clear, and so fucking deep that I was here. And I begin to think 100 years from now, 200 years from now, 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, how many Nigerians, how many people will be remembered that they are once here? Even just in recent memory, when we talk about those who fought for independence, we really talk about the likes of human, Awolowo, and co. What about millions of Nigerians who are alive that time? Ah, history don't care. So when Obasanjo says, I want to be remembered, I just want to be remembered that I was here. He came, he saw, and conquered. That's literally what it means. Just like 200 years from now, and if you look at today, in terms of America, there are only two events or two people you will remember. Even Elon Musk, who is the richest motherfucker, will not be remembered vividly. But history will remember the man called Donald Trump, the MAGA movement. 200 years from now, history will remember Trump and the MAGA movement. That's it. Every other person is washed away. Just like in Nigerian context, 200 years from now, history will only remember Buhari and his 12 million followers. Maybe Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what are the entanglements, right? At least the news a couple of days ago between these two political family was Nami help you, we will not help me, Nami will help you, right? Every other person, every other efforts that go into making Buhari president is none and void. This was just yesterday. They only remember Buhari and the 12 million. Maybe Tinubu have one significant or insignificant role to play. But this was just yesterday, not to talk about 200 years from now. So when Obasanjo said, I was here, and I was like, what the fuck? I was here. I always ask people how many people can remember their great grand, like their fifth grandparents, their fifth generation before them. No, nobody seems to tell me this is it. The only people who can hit their chest and give you the detail of maybe five, six, seven, 10 generation back are people who their generation run and empower every spheres of life, every corners of the world. And them you would remember. The civil rights movement in of the 60s that actually revolutionized pretty much humanity, if you can argue it like that. And only Martin Luther King and handful of other people. Pretty much is about Martin Luther King and the movement. Every other person, millions and thousands of people that work harder than Martin Luther King never remembered, will never be remembered. So the same thing, if you are looking want to bring in time to small enclave, you look at the Biafran struggle, all the millions of people who died during the civil war. We only hear of Ojuku, Ojuku. So when Obasanjo said, when he responded to that question, what will you want to be remembered for? No person that I was here. I was like, that's man. So Buhari will be remembered, regardless of how the history, the journey of humanity ends, or the journey of Nigeria ends, or the journey of the Fulani tribe. Now the mother from regardless of how life eventually ends. When you look at this period in history, early 80s and early 2001s, Buhari, one and his 12 million follower will always be remembered. And that's a life worth living. That is a fucking goddamn life worth living. Now you can fucking criticize him. He has used the opportunity well. Is that doesn't fucking matter. He's a human who we can all testify. History will testify that he has walked through this planet. Just like people were arguing, Jesus Christ came in flesh, in human form, and walked this through planet. So millions and billions of humans to come in the future, we know of a man called Muhammadu Buhari. Now that's a life. As I said, you can judge him as you want. Either he used the life that he has lived, because at this point, no be opportunity, no be fate. However you want to classify it, but he earned it. He came, he saw, and he fucked it up. He conquered that shit. So he's one of few Nigerians that history will remember. When the Bible says many are called, few are choosing. As far as I'm concerned, that's what the fuck they're talking about. Billions, not millions now, billions will come and go through that physical location called Nigeria. But only few will be remembered. So think again. How long will you be remembered when you are gone? Means how long will people still be talking about you? Not saying what you have done, good or bad. Mbano. How long? Is it 5 years after you are fucking dead? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years? I think these are the questions that are worth reflecting to at every stage or junction. Now, when all your member of your families are gone, that nobody will be talking about you again, the member of your community, the member of your village, your state, your country, you know. So just now imagine people who are known globally, fucking globally. That's why I say Donald Trump. Oh my word. Will be fucking remember for a fucking long time to come. So how? What is the path that you are taking in life? Is a path. Is that path going to lead you to a life after now? Because to me, that's what heaven is about. But some people are still living even after they are gone. When I'm talking about the likes of Martin Luther King, right? The likes of Michael Jackson, they are still living even after they were gone. So the man called Muhammadu Buhari in that space called Nigeria and the continent called Africa and that tribe called the Fulani. As far as these things are our reality, he will forever be remembered. So it is a white, a life worth living, if you ask. You're lucky, lucky to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's raining cat and dog here, and also got to get to work. So see y'all later.